Hey guys, you're not going to believe what happened. The U.S. Supreme Court overturned a ruling by U.S. Judge William Camridge of Nebraska involving a lawsuit by Langston Bradley, who is suing Domino's, a black delivery man who was fired for not shaving his beard. We're going to talk about the lawsuit between Bradley versus Domino's, why the EEOC got involved, and the decision to overturn this ruling by the Supreme Court and why it was so important, plus what these impacts have on the workplace policies. Welcome back, Bearded Beach Bums, and if you're new here, my name is Derek. I'm the owner of Beach Bum Beards. This is another episode of Beard History. Now let's jump into it. Langston Bradley was fired from a Domino's franchise in Omaha, Nebraska, after he was refusing to shave his beard. Bradley suffers from a medical condition called PFB, which is the skin condition where recently shaven hair can cause discomfort and inflammation in the skin after shaving. See, Bradley felt that his termination was due to a discrimination towards his race because of his medical condition. See, even at trial, when Domino's presented a dermatologist to testify, the doctor testified that even up to 25% of black men suffer from PFB. The same dermatologist also testified that white men are far less likely to have PFB or any other skin conditions that would prevent them from shaving. However, Judge Camridge threw out the lawsuit because Bradley was unable to prove that Domino's was refusing to hire or firing black men who had PFB and were violating the no beard policy. But 1 year after the case has been thrown out, the EEOC, or the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, teamed up with Bradley to appeal the decision by the U.S. District Court in Omaha, Nebraska. All right, now that we have an understanding of what happened to Bradley and the lawsuit, let's take a look at why the Supreme Court overturned the ruling and how this is going to impact us. The EEOC presented evidence to the Supreme Court showing that dermatologists believed that 50% of black males suffered from PFB. And of that 50% of PFB cases, 25% or one half were so severe that it was painful to shave at all. The EEOC also presented evidence that the no beard policy was a violation of the Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. And with the amount of evidence provided on Bradley's behalf, the Supreme Court agreed that the Judge William Camridge did overlook the need for Domino's to prove their business justification for the no beard policy. And according to the Civil Rights Act of 1964, Title VII prohibits employment discrimination based off of the race, color, religion, sex, or national origin of a person. Now, the Supreme Court ruled in favor of Bradley, appealing the decision by the district court, suggesting that Domino's provides business justification for their no beard policy. Now, the lawsuit ends up back in district court in Omaha, Nebraska, where Domino's then presents research surveys that they took when they created the no beard policy that showed between 10 to 20% of their consumers preferred a clean-shaven employee. Now, the EEOC and Bradley dispute this as evidence as business justification for their no beard policy, because even though a small amount of consumers prefer that the employees are clean-shaven, there's no evidence that shows that they are less likely to buy fewer pizzas because of a bearded delivery driver. Then the EEOC went on to prove that the no beard policy was actually discriminating against black males. Even though Domino's wasn't refusing to hire black men with PFB, their policies were, however, discouraging them from applying for jobs, leaving the majority applicants to be white. With 50% of black men suffering from mild to severe cases of PFB, black males did not have the same equal employment opportunities as their counterparts. Now, the Judge William Camridge, who originally threw out the case, is now ruling in favor of Bradley. With the help of the EEOC, Bradley had won the lawsuit. But if the Supreme Court hadn't appealed the original ruling, this type of discrimination may have continued for several more years. In fact, the outcome of this lawsuit has been changing our futures. Let's talk about how this is affecting our lives today. Bradley's lawsuit opened up the discovery of discrimination in a systematic hiring process, such as a work policy that would prevent qualifying applicants from applying for jobs because of a medical condition that is common within one's race. Following Bradley's lawsuit, the no beard policies in workplaces begin to start having exceptions, similar to that of the religion exception. They now have one for medical conditions. With the help of the EEOC, Bradley's lawsuit debunked the theory that beards in the workplace would affect the amount of sales that a business could earn. Bradley's lawsuit will also continue to change society's acceptance for facial hair in the workplace. Langston Bradley wasn't leading a movement. He was simply looking for justice and equal rights. But what Bradley didn't know was how influential he was going to be. Not just for the bearded employees across America, but for the black bearded employees who were not given equal rights. And for that, I want to personally thank Langston Bradley for taking the first steps in changing the future of beards in the workplace. Check out this video of Joseph Palmer, who stood up for prison reform after being arrested for having a beard. I hope you have a great day. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next week.